It is official. It happened. Hello and welcome, buddy. What is going on? So we have officially sacked Carlo Ancelotti, and wow, wow! I did not expect that to happen. To be totally honest, I did not expect that to happen today. Now that I've had a good hour or so to process the whole thing, now that I've had some time to actually evaluate, what could be next, what could happen next. It's going to be quite interesting to see, obviously, what's going to happen in the next future. But I'm going to give you my thoughts just regarding Ancelotti and regarding what could happen next at Bayern. But before I do that, before I do anything, first of all, Carlo Ancelotti, I know if you're watching this, I don't think you are, but if you're watching this, good luck on your future journey. It's a bit of a shame that it didn't really work out, but yeah, good luck on your future journey, and wherever that may take you, good luck, in your next destination. So that's that out of the way. Let's talk about Carlo Ancelotti. Let's talk about Carlo Ancelotti first, because there were a lot of issues. There were a lot of issues. There were a lot of things that obviously have happened. There was a lot of things. There were a lot of things that could have gotten better. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that that ultimately decided him to get sacked. And I think the big one so much wasn't really the results, but was much more the performances. And I think the performances, that has been an issue since Carlo Ancelotti has signed. I think a lot of people, including myself, have said that we're not really playing good football. We're winning right now, but that's more so through individual quality, not so much through the football. And the reason why in the last year I was like, people need to calm down, was because it was his first year. It was his first year getting used to a new language, getting used to a new team, and getting used to a new country and everything. So he was able to he had to learn the language, he had to learn the culture, he had to learn the system, he had to learn everything, and that was the main thing. And that's why last season I was like, yeah, you're not really doing too well right now, but performance-wise, I'm always talking about performance-wise, by the way, but because with Carlo Ancelotti, it wasn't so much the results, because he still got results through individual quality. It was much more performance-wise, which is why if you hear me talk, say we weren't really that good, I'm just talking about performance in of itself. But last season, we weren't really that good. But I was like, you know what? It's a first year. It's a first year. Most of the time I give players a year to really get used to the league. I give coaches a year to get used to the league. I always give people time, because people, in a job, take yourself for example. I don't know what you work as, but take yourself for example, right? It's always once you start a new job, it takes you a long time to get really used to the work. If it's something that you've never done, say you're working, I don't know, say you're working at Lidl. That's probably a good example. Say you're working as a cashier at a supermarket, right? It will take you time until you learn, first of all, how to use a till. It will take you time until you know how to properly address customers. I'm talking about if you're new, essentially, and the first time you join, it's going to take you time to learn everything, to learn the machinery, learn how to use a till, learn how to look at the till, to type the numbers in, to type that in, to type this in, and then give the change correctly. All that, it may seem like very minor, but it's still going to take you a while. It's going to take you even longer to really get used to the team that you're working up, the team that you're working with, and just getting used to them in general. That's basically the same for football. So for football, it takes even longer because you're not working every single day. You're working perhaps once or twice a week, really. So that's why I always give football players, football coaches, football anything really, a whole season. I always give a season. Now the first season you integrate yourself, and then the second season, if you don't perform, no. That's the way I view things. So if Carlo Ancelotti like I said, I didn't think result was we were that bad. Performance wise, yeah, we were pretty bad. Obviously, some of you guys may say, what's the difference between performance wise and result wise? Result wise, last season we got results because we were the better team. Not because we played better, but it's because we were the better team. We have the better individual qualities. So we would get, maybe last minute, Robin would pull something out of the hat. The only time we actually played good, and that's kind of funny, the only time we actually played good was against good teams. I think the one match I can think of was like the two Leipzig matches. One Leipzig match, really. The one Leipzig match is where we actually thought, the whole time I was like, yeah, we've been pretty awful. But then that one Leipzig match that we played at home, that was when I was like, you know what, we're pretty good. We're pretty good right now. But overall, we weren't good. Throughout the whole season, I think we had perhaps 3 or 4 good performances, and the rest was just absolutely abysmal to watch. Yeah, so this season it was just more the same. Just I don't think we actually Schalke. We had one. It's similar to last season. We had a handful of good performances, and that was really it. And so far, we only had one good performance, which was against Schalke, and that's really it. So make of that what you want. Make of that what you want. Like I said, Carlo Ancelotti has officially left Bayern. We've officially sacked Bayern, and Willy Sagnol, he'll take over the match against Hertha Berlin. And then from there on out, we'll see what happens. So let me talk about potential replacements. I think there are two names that are on everyone's minds. And I want to offer a few alternatives as well. So there's two names that are on everyone's mind. The first one is Tuchel, Thomas Tuchel. You know, Willy Sagnol takes over until Saturday, until the match against Hertha Berlin. And then after that, we have Thomas Tuchel come in. That's the first alternative. And that's probably my favourite alternative. I know a lot of people are divided on Tuchel. A lot of people think, oh, he's amazing. A lot of people think he's terrible. I think at Dortmund, his big issue was obviously defensively, and then the whole thing with the board. Defensively, I don't think it was his fault. In all honesty, I thought that the fact that Dortmund replaced Hummels with Bartra, that's an issue for me. That if I was a Dortmund fan, that would have been a massive issue for me. But you know what? Yeah, that's what I say. I don't think it was really his fault massively. And then obviously coming around with the whole board situation and him clashing with the board, and that was obviously due to the thing that happened with the Dortmund team bus, where he didn't want the team to play the next match day, but the Dortmund higher ups did, and then essentially from there on, which is a falling out. For me, I think the problems are overstated. I mean, obviously he did have problems at Mainz, but I think the problems are too big. I mean, people make the problems bigger than they are, you know. I would want Tuchel. Honestly, I'm saying this right now. I would want Tuchel. He is my first choice. He is. If I was an important member of the board right now, if I was Rummenigge or Uli Hoeneß right now, Tuchel would be my first name. He would be the first person I'd contact and see if I could get him in. Now the second name is obviously have Willy Sagnol take over the rest of the season, and then get in Nagelsmann at the end of the season. And I think that would essentially mean that this season is already over. I think as harsh as that sounds, that would mean that this season is essentially already over. And I don't want to waste this season, if that makes sense. You know, Nagelsmann, yeah, he's a great coach and whatnot, but is he ready? Is he truly ready? Truly ready to take on Bayern? That's a move that can break or make careers, and considering that he's still so young and he's still so early on in his career, that could make or break. That could make or break him and his future career. And I think what he needs right now, and I said this last time, but I think he needs to stay a good 2, perhaps 3 years, you know, just more at Hoffenheim, and then maybe getting into Europe a few times and just get some experience in Europe. That's my big thing that I want with him, that I would want him just to get more experience in Europe, just to get more experience, you know, handling players, to, you know, be a manager for a club and whatnot, struggle, and, you know, just the whole spectrum, you know, the whole thing that you learn throughout a career. That's what I would want him to have a little bit more. That's why I say in 3 or 4 years I wouldn't mind Nagelsmann, but right now or next season, I think that's a gamble. It could work, like I said, it could work, but it is a massive gamble, and right now taking a gamble isn't it? Taking a gamble is, let's just say this, it might be worth taking, but if there is an alternative out there, which is obviously Tuchel, we should perhaps look at Tuchel. Now, these are the two names I think everyone has thought about today. Then you have Luis Enrique. You have Luis Enrique, who has also been named by very few people, and I don't think many people have it on the radar. Luis Enrique, I wouldn't want, I'll be totally honest, I wouldn't want Luis Enrique. You may say, oh, you want the Champions League. Still. For me, he isn't really who I would want to get in right now. I'd want to get somebody in that is German. And I don't say this just because, you know, elitist or something like that, or oh, it has to be a German manager, but I just want to get somebody in that can just calm the squad down, you know, just that can just unite the squad. And that's pretty much my big reason why I'm going for Tuchel or Nagelsmann, because they can unite the squad. Because right now, obviously, the squad looks disjointed. There are a lot of issues, you know, a lot of players, they don't like being on the bench, and then they complain, and then they go to the media and whatnot. Then you have a lot of players, you know, that just silently disgruntled. So I just want somebody that can just talk to the players, just, you know, get through to the players and just make the players understand, you know, we're all a team. That's the main thing right now. And obviously the plus point for Tuchel and Nagelsmann is obviously that they use young players as well, so they will be perfect for a transitional phase as well. Another name, and that's a ridiculous name though. I know how ridiculous it sounds, but perhaps get Lahm and Alonso in, both of them. That would be the most ridiculous thing and that would be the most ridiculous thing I think out there. But if it did work, that would be just incredible. But that is so ridiculous that I didn't even entertain the thought until I thought, let me just put this out there, just just for giggles, just let me put that out there, just Lahm and Alonso together as the coach at the end of the season. Okay, okay, Alonso came out. Yeah, I want to be a coach. Okay, you can be a coach. Lahm obviously said that he doesn't want to be a coach. All right, maybe, but maybe if it's like two coaches, maybe then, I don't know. But I don't know, like I said, the two names are honestly just Tuchel and Nagelsmann. Let's be totally honest here, and that's honestly it. And I know people are divided on Tuchel or Nagelsmann. I already said my piece. I already said I would prefer Tuchel over Nagelsmann any day. And that's just my thoughts on it. That's just my thoughts on the whole situation. Tell me what you guys think though. As always, you can rate, comment, subscribe. Like I said, thank you very much, Ancelotti. Shame it didn't work out, but it is what it is. It is what it is. That's football. That's jobs. That's life. Yeah, but I will see you guys next time. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, peace out and have a nice day.